Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium. You walk in this place, you can feel the echoes. So many epic moments have unfolded on this field. And today, the Fighting Irish hoping to reawaken that in this big contest. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Stanford will kick it off to get us underway. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Set it down to the offense. First down. And the single back takes the handoff. Some hard running there through a tackle. So we got the Big Ten versus the Big 12, two conferences that have been reshaped dramatically in recent years, Kirk. Always interesting to have these two leagues collide. It's an opportunity.
Yeah, and the Big Ten and the Big 12, they don't have a ton of history together, but they do have some history in recent years. Remember, Ohio State and Oklahoma had a home-and-home. Ohio State beat Oklahoma in Norman, and then the following year, remember Baker Mayfield planting the Oklahoma flag after they upset Ohio State in 2017, and that propelled them into a playoff berth. So there's no reason why a win like that on either side couldn't do the same.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's 3rd down and 2. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Can he get there on the ground? And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Interesting call here by the offensive coordinator. Shows you the confidence that he has in his offensive line and running back, with the defense in great position to negate this play and bring up a 4th down.
We'll see what he can do with the return. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. You can see he's a dangerous return man. They finally grab him, but he sets the offense up in pretty good field position. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. He's escaping the pocket now, using his legs here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield, but the defense does their job. They've got everybody covered, but I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback, because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the 1st down.
Gets out of bounds on a short gain on the play. Are we going to see a repeat? Remember, last time these teams played, it got ugly.
Chris, that's one of those games you just hate to see in a rivalry game when it gets so one-sided. Hoping today to see this defense play much better.
Trying to extend the play. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Timeout.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 2. Can he make it to the marker? Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
He's moving out of the pocket. He lets it go on the move. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender when he throws the interception.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, look at the quick cut. Stop out of the 39, but good enough for a first down.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. And no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
First down here for this offense. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick throw caught on the left side. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
Now it's second down here. To throw, it's Peters. Looking for the wideout. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. It's a huge gain across midfield. Ball will be spotted about the 31.
That's a big-time play by this wide receiver from Notre Dame. You think about Notre Dame teams that have been able to get up into the national scene. They always seem to have a difference maker out on the perimeter, going way back to Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket, who is dynamic, most recently Chase Claypool. You got to have somebody out on the outside who can make plays to have a chance of winning these big games.
Second down after that run on the previous play. That's a design quarterback keeper. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Well, Kirk, you played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best in rivalry games are the teams that have the best leaders to keep them focused on the task at hand.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. They wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Hands off to the left. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set. It's second down.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
On the double.
Now this is the 8th play on this drive.
42 Spider.
Back to pass. It's Peters. Bringing pressure. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? The ball is loose. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
Well, anytime takes off and improvises, there's always the risk that the ball goes on the ground. He does a nice job of going off script, trying to create to make something, anything happen, but he doesn't take care of the ball, and the defense does a nice job of swatting the ball away.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play. Football knocked loose in the backfield. They scoop up the ball. It's still alive. That'll be a safety.
I'm not shocked this happened in this game, right? Both these offenses have struggled in the first quarter, and the first team to score in the second quarter does it with a safety. Well, let's give credit to this defense, though. They've been out here dominating in this first half.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Empty set now, 5 wide. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. And now they run the draw play. The game moves the ball to a 34. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket now. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
Chris, he's trying to find something. Nothing is there. Everything is covered downfield. He's rolling to his right. Eyes are downfield. But the one thing he doesn't see is that defender who steps in front of that to make that interception.
Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a 1st down.
Stanford now operating in the red zone. Press coverage now from the secondary. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete in the back corner of the end zone.
From the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. But the guy just had him blanketed, and he still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. He's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he just throws it away.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. The tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. To the air, it's Peters. Looking to scramble. On the run here, taking a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff on a counter. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Teams are getting more and more creative with how they run their counter plays. Gone are the days of everyone under center running the counter tray. Now you're seeing it modernized. We'll see how many different versions they'll run today.
That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Working his way inside the 15. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
And I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, you just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple blockers, and you get big plays like this right here.
How about this on 1st and goal? A handoff to the receiver. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. The defense will spend their 2nd timeout here to make some adjustments.
Man, the biggest thing when you run the jet sweep, you cannot afford penetration. Here the defense does a nice job almost anticipating the jet sweep is coming, and they make this offense pay for that with a significant loss.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. A pop pass on the jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Empty set as they try for the 2-point conversion. And they're running into the end zone so they go up by a touchdown here. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start.
Stanford offense will take over 1st and 10.
And the Cardinal offense is back out there on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. Stanford comes to the line quickly here. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes a quick grab. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. 2nd down after that previous play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. It's a quick grab. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down. They crank up the tempo here for this important 3rd down play. Try and muscle for the 1st down. Uses the stiff arm and gets past the marker before being taken down. So it's a 1st down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Offense looking to throw the ball. Pass caught. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Stanford getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Receiver in motion now. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Quarterback escapes the pocket. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. No huddle here for the offense. There's the handoff. He's stopped, but he gets a 1st down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Movement at the 2nd level of the defense now. And looking to throw now on 1st down. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. And the defense has picked up the football going the other way. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame. A fumble return for 6. That is any defender's dream. Comes up with a fumble, takes it back to the house.
I can't believe the speed that this guy has to be able to score. I thought maybe he picked it up, maybe go a few yards, but instead he took it all the way to the end zone.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. When he's got some space here. Turns on the speed. And he finally steps out, but not before an excellent return to set up the offense. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. Looking to throw it on 1st down. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Defense calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half now. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Important 2nd down play coming up. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. It's a short completion to the tight end. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. He made good on his first try. This one is from 36 yards away. And he knocks it right through the uprights. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Set to kick this one off.
Return starts from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the Stanford offense is back out on the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looking to scramble to his left. Makes the grab. It's Parker. Breaks loose at the 40. He has first down yardage at the 46.
We are in the age of the mobile quarterback, and you saw it right there. The ability to scramble out of the pocket, extend the play, and make passes like that is invaluable to the offense.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Quick throw, testing the middle. And he's got it. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. Stanford comes to the line quickly here.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Looking to throw again. Finds his target. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
And it's a bunch formation. Hands it off on the counter. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Finding some room at the 25. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that play. Perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. Going to pick up the third and short through the air. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now. So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. He knocks this one right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Fights through a tackle. And he's shoved out of bounds, but the defense is short of the first down marker. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Scanning the field. It's Peters. He's escaping the pocket now. He's going to lose yardage here. The defense pursues and forces him out of bounds.
Well, let's face it. They dug themselves a hole in the first half, but I'll tell you what. They're coming out with a new look and a new energy here to start the second half.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Trying to extend the play. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Mobility can be a blessing or a curse for some quarterbacks. Sometimes they feel that they can make a play on every single opportunity because they have such speed. Instead of just getting down or throwing it away, they try to force the issue. This one almost backfires on him as he tried to squeeze that throw in. He's lucky he didn't throw an interception.
The Stanford offense back out there on the field now. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Also one brings up second down.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Tailback with another carry. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wide out. Looks downfield, he connects with a wide open wide receiver. That is a big play, finally brought down at the 44. That'll put him over 150 yards today. Kirk, he is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
On the move, looking deep. They lost the receiver down there. He's got it for a big gain.
So impressed here, Chris, with this effort by the receiver. This ball is thrown way downfield, and actually it's thrown beyond him. I thought it was too far. This guy somehow lays out and comes down with a huge completion.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Ball handed off. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now.
First and goal. Stanford. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 17, Stanford 9.
The defense backed up against their own end zone. Linebackers maybe trying to confuse the line with some movement. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So here we go. An exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. And they'll use the ground game here. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Chris, that's positive yards on 1st and goal, which is obviously good. But now we're at this point in the game, critical series. They've got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
2nd and goal for the offense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
Urgency here in the 4th quarter. They must cut into this lead. It's 3rd down and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Well, he just missed his receiver there on 3rd and short. Now you got to think in the 4th quarter, 4th and short, you got to try to cut into this lead. You might want to go for this here to keep thinking about 6 points.
So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Gets it to the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll start the drive.
And from Notre Dame, Fighting Irish will take over 1st and 10.
And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
At the 27, brings up second down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking downfield, it's Peters. On the run here, lets it go. Receiver makes the catch.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
High completion, good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here.
Get set.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And they'll run it on the jet sweep. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
Man, I love this call here by going with the jet sweep. Get the ball in the hands of an outstanding playmaker. He gets around the edge and gets into space with that kind of speed. He's dangerous.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Here's the second down play. They bring him down after a short gain there.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. It's caught downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Oh, big hookup here. They're forced to throw the ball on third down, and the connection's going to keep this drive alive, and also, more importantly, just keep that clock moving.
First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. A new set of downs after that completion. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff running right. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Now they try to run it here on second down, unable to get the first down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion, the clock will stop, or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Good enough for first down yardage.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And the quarterback just kneels down. So the win streak continues for this team. Good job, Kirk, bouncing back. They're just getting stronger and stronger now.
You've seen their stock start to really rise, and these players seem to be buying in. Credit to the coaching staff for leading this streak and keeping this team together after that loss a few weeks back. You can tell this team is bought all the way in.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.